Welcome, fellow adventurers! Today, we're embarking on a journey to explore the world's top 10 must-visit destinations, from breathtaking natural wonders to iconic cultural landmarks. This list is a mix of awe, beauty, and history. So, sit back, relax, and join us as we count down from 15 to 1, revealing the ultimate bucket list experiences. 15. Petra, Jordan. Petra is an ancient city in Jordan that was carved right into the sandstone cliffs. It's called the Rose City because the stone has a beautiful pinkish red color. It was built over 2,000 years ago by the Nabatean people. They were expert stone carvers who created amazing temples, tombs, and an entire city out of the rock. To enter Petra, you walk through a narrow canyon called the Seek. The tall canyon walls tower over you until you suddenly come to the incredible Treasury Building. This is Petra's most famous site, an enormous carved facade with intricate decorations. But the treasury is just the beginning. As you explore further, you'll find theaters, royal tombs, living quarters, and more, all meticulously carved from the rose-colored stone. Petra is considered one of the new 7 wonders of the world. It's an archaeological treasure that every adventurer should experience at least once in their lifetime. Just be sure to bring plenty of water and wear good walking shoes to explore this massive ancient city. 14. Serengeti National Park, Tanzania. The Serengeti is a massive national park in northern Tanzania. It's famous for being home to the Great Migration, one of the most incredible wildlife events on planet Earth. Over 1.5 million wildebeests, along with hundreds of thousands of zebras and gazelles, migrate in a huge loop across the Serengeti Plains. They are constantly on the move, following the rainfall patterns to find fresh grazing areas. On the migration safari, you can witness these massive herds as they trek across the wide-open grasslands. It's an amazing sight to see the wildebeests stretching so far as the eye can see. But the Serengeti isn't just about the migration. It's also one of the best places in Africa to spot the Big Five: lions, leopards, rhinos, elephants, and buffalo. These iconic animals roam freely across the 5,700 square mile park. The Serengeti feels truly wild and untamed. As you explore the scenic landscape of grassy savannas, rocky outcrops, and riverine forests, you'll be immersed in raw, unfiltered nature. It's an unforgettable way to experience Africa's most majestic wildlife up close. So for any animal lover, the Serengeti belongs at the top of your bucket list. Just be prepared for an early wake-up, as the best game viewing happens at sunrise. 13. Machu Picchu, Peru. Imagine an entire ancient city hidden high in the mountains, undiscovered for centuries. That's the magic of Machu Picchu. This incredible Incan citadel was built around 1450 but abandoned just 100 years later during the Spanish conquest. It then lay abandoned and forgotten until 1911, when it was rediscovered by archaeologist Hiram Bingham. Machu Picchu is perched dramatically on a mountain ridge, with sheer cliffs on 3 sides and the lush Andes peaks as a backdrop. It's hard to describe the feeling of walking through the Sun Gate entrance and catching your first panoramic view. The precision stone masonry and iconic architecture will leave you awestruck. One of the most magical areas is the sacred Incan sundial, the Intihuatana stone. This ritual stone directly faces the rising sun during the solstices. You can feel the spiritual energy flowing through this ceremonial space. For the full experience, take the famous Inca Trail Trek, a 4-day journey through the mountains culminating at the Sun Gate, or you can simply take a shuttle bus up. However you visit, Machu Picchu is guaranteed to leave you speechless with its majesty. 12. Santorini, Greece. Santorini is a truly magical Greek island in the Aegean Sea. It's instantly recognizable by its iconic white buildings with blue domed roofs, perched along the cliffs of a giant volcanic caldera. As you arrive by ferry or cruise ship, you'll be struck by Santorini's dramatic landscape. The island's crescent shape surrounds a deep blue water-filled crater, the remains of one of the biggest volcanic eruptions in history from over 3,600 years ago. The picturesque town of Oia is a must-visit on Santorini. Its winding cobblestone streets are lined with whitewashed houses, blue-domed churches, and cozy cafes. You'll fall in love wandering the maze-like alleys, peeking into artisan shops, selling ceramics, jewelry, and local products. No visit to Oia is complete without watching the legendary sunset. As the sun dips below the Aegean horizon, the white buildings and bright blue domes seem to glow in brilliant shades of orange and pink. It's an unforgettable sunset viewing experience. 11. The Great Wall of China. Imagine a massive stone wall snaking over steep mountains, through lush forests, and across vast deserts as far as the eye can see. That's the Great Wall of China, an incredible ancient fortification visible even from space. Construction on the Great Wall began over 2,300 years ago to protect ancient Chinese states from invasions by nomadic groups. Over centuries, different dynasties built and rebuilt the wall until it eventually linked up into one massive defense system stretching an astonishing 13,000 miles across northern China. Walking or hiking along the Great Wall is a surreal experience. The sheer enormity of this hand-built structure is mind-blowing. You'll climb steep stone staircases, wind through watchtowers, and take in sweeping panoramic views across China's diverse landscapes. In some remote sections, you can gaze out over the crumbling wild wall snaking endlessly across misty mountain ridges. It's like stepping into an ancient world, feeling the presence of the soldiers who once manned these fortifications. The most popular section for visitors is at Badaling, about an hour outside Beijing. But for a more authentic experience with fewer crowds, head to Mutianyu, Jinshanling, or Simitai. These stretches offer incredibly scenic hikes through rural countryside. 10. Times Square, NYC. In the heart of Manhattan lies Times Square, the neon-drenched center of New York City's endless energy and excitement. This iconic intersection is like no other place on Earth. Times Square earns its reputation as the crossroads of the world. It's a bustling pedestrian plaza and major intersection where visitors gather from across the city and globe to take in the sights and sounds. Street performers, costumed characters, and hawkers add to the carnival atmosphere. At night, Times Square is at its most dazzling. The bright lights and video screens reflect off the towering skyscrapers, creating a surreal illuminated canyon. You can join the infamous New Year's Eve crowd to watch the iconic ball drop celebration when the year changes. While not a traditional bucket list destination like a natural wonder, Times Square is an essential New York experience. The energy is absolutely electrifying. Even just walking through and soaking in the chaos makes you feel like you're at the true center of the world's most famous city. 9. Statue of Liberty, NYC. Rising up from New York Harbor, the Statue of Liberty is one of the most recognizable landmarks in the world. This towering copper statue has been an enduring symbol of freedom and democracy for over 130 years. As you approach Liberty Island by ferry, you'll first catch a glimpse of the statue's iconic raised arm holding the flaming torch high above the Manhattan skyline. It's a breathtaking sight that fills you with a sense of hope and possibility. But the real magic happens when you go inside the pedestal, base, and crown. After climbing 354 steps, you'll emerge into the crown's interior, where tiny windows frame perfect views of the harbor, Manhattan skyline, and Brooklyn Bridge. It's an unforgettable perspective. While the statue itself is incredible, Liberty Island offers a deeper educational experience. You can explore fascinating exhibitions about the statue's construction, history as a symbol of freedom, and the experience of immigrants arriving at Ellis Island over a century ago. 8. Mona Lisa, Paris. In the hollowed halls of the Louvre Museum, one painting draws crowds like nowhere else: the world-famous Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. This small portrait has achieved legendary status as one of the most recognizable and valuable artworks on the planet. The Mona Lisa's mysterious smile seems to subtly change depending on your viewing angle. Her eyes almost appear to follow you around the room, making prolonged eye contact in a transfixing way. It's this living, breathing quality to the painting that has captivated viewers for over 500 years. While the artwork itself is quite small, at just 2.5 by 1.5 feet, the Mona Lisa has an undeniable aura and magnetic presence. You can feel the weight of her iconic status and wonder what thoughts lie behind her famously inscrutable expression. For art lovers, getting up close to such a historically important and technically brilliant Renaissance painting is a dream come true. But beyond pure artistic appreciation, the Mona Lisa's global fame and pop culture status add to the surreal experience of finally seeing her in the flesh. So while not an immersive destination like natural wonders, the Mona Lisa delivers an intense emotional payoff and cultural punch for visitors making the pilgrimage to the Louvre. Just be prepared for crowds vying for the perfect view. 7. Burj Khalifa, Dubai. Reaching over half a mile into the sky, the Burj Khalifa in Dubai is the tallest building in the world. This architectural marvel looks like it came straight from the future. But the real thrill comes from going up to the observation decks on the 124th and 148th floors. Some of the world's fastest elevators rocket you up over 1,400 feet in just 60 seconds. As the doors open, you're treated to unparalleled 360-degree panoramic views across Dubai's futuristic skyline. On a clear day, you can gaze out for miles over the desert landscape, with the skyscrapers appearing to rise straight from the sand like metallic gems. You'll spot icons like the Burj Al Arab sail-shaped hotel and the colossal Palm Jumeirah artificial islands. At night, the views are even more incredible as Dubai's neon lights blaze across the city grid below. Be sure to visit around sunset to watch the skyline dramatically illuminate as dusk falls. 6. Stonehenge, England. Rising from the peaceful green countryside of Wiltshire, the ancient stone circle of Stonehenge has captivated visitors for centuries, with its air of mystery and unanswered questions. Dating back over 4,500 years, Stonehenge was constructed in several phases using unimaginable effort to transport the gigantic stones weighing up to 25 tons each. But why did ancient Britons build this carefully arranged circle? Was it an astronomical calendar? A sacred temple? The theories abound. While Stonehenge may seem like just a simple circular arrangement of stones, the real magic happens when you appreciate its incredible antiquity and the manpower required to construct it using only primitive tools and no modern machinery. As you gaze in wonder across the grassy field with the large heelstone marker in the distance, you can't help but imagine the ancient ceremonies and sacrifices that may have occurred at this pagan site during celebrations like the summer solstice. 5. Niagara Falls. Imagine the deafening roar as millions of gallons of water come crashing down from massive cliffs every single minute. That's the incredible power and majesty of Niagara Falls. This incredible natural wonder borders the United States and Canada. From the Canadian side, you can witness the sheer force of the wide Horseshoe Falls, one of the 3 waterfalls that make up Niagara. As you first lay eyes on the Horseshoe's vast 2,600-foot curve, you'll be struck by the thunderous noise and misty spray rising up hundreds of feet into the air. Prepare to get drenched from the sheer volume pouring over the ledge at a staggering 600,000 gallons per second. For the ultimate up-close experience, take a journey on the famous Made of the Mist boat tour, which ferries you right to the base of the falls. As your boat enters the churning waters, you'll be encapsulated in a world of whitewater chaos with towering walls of water cascading down on all sides. The American side offers equally breathtaking viewpoints, especially of the thundering American Falls and smaller Bridal Veil Falls. At night, the falls put on an illuminated light show as they get bathed in colorful spotlights. Beyond just their incredible power, part of Niagara Falls' allure comes from how surprisingly wide and sprawling they are. Miles of railings and observation decks allow you to experience the falls from every angle, whether straight on or from elevated countryside views. 4. Bora, French Polynesia. This lush volcanic island in the South Pacific is so stunning it feels unreal. As you arrive by plane or boat, you'll be stunned by Bora's iconic shape, a pillbox of rocky islets surrounded by shallow, crystal-clear waters in kaleidoscope shades of blue and green. One of the highlights is the luxury overwater bungalow resorts that make Bora world famous. Step right off your private deck into the warm lagoon waters teeming with colorful fish. For the adventurous, Bora offers incredible snorkeling, scuba diving, shark feeding, jet skiing, off-road safari tours, and more. Experience the vibrant sea life up close as you swim amongst bright coral gardens and lively marine ecosystems. But you can also just as easily spend your days sun-drenched on Bora's sugary white sand beaches, sipping coconut drinks under thatched umbrellas with a good book in hand. The slower island pace and friendly local culture encourage total relaxation. 3. Taj Mahal, India. Rising from the hazy banks of the Yamuna River, the Taj Mahal is perhaps the most extravagant and beautiful monument to love ever constructed. This exquisite marble mausoleum took over 20 years and 20,000 workers to complete in the 17th century. The Taj Mahal is widely considered one of the most beautiful buildings ever created. The exquisite marble structure in Agra, India is a mausoleum, an enduring monument to the love of a husband for his favorite wife. It's also an eternal testament to the artistic and scientific accomplishments of a wealthy empire. Every lavish detail expresses the emperor's heartbroken grief and eternal adoration. As you wander the grounds at sunrise or sunset, the changing light casts the Taj in a warm pinkish glow that seems to make it blush. In that moment, you'll understand why this architectural masterpiece has been called one of the most beautiful sights words can describe. While incredibly crowded, a visit to the Taj Mahal transcends just seeing an impressive building. It's an experience that transports you into a grand love story, the glory of the Mughal Empire, and an astonishing display of human achievement that still awes us centuries later. 2. The Maldives. Imagine a group of over 1,000 tiny islands surrounded by turquoise water and coral reefs. This is the Maldives, a true paradise. When you arrive at your overwater bungalow, you'll be amazed by the endless shades of blue across the Indian Ocean. The water is so clear that you can see colorful fish and reef sharks swimming below. Scuba diving and snorkeling are some of the most popular activities in the Maldives. The coral reefs here are home to over 2,000 types of sea creatures, from manta rays to turtles. Some resorts have reefs right by the shore. Since the islands are so remote, each one feels like your own private escape. Spend your days looking for seashells, relaxing in beach cabanas, and enjoying fresh seafood at cozy restaurants. At sunset, the Maldives become even more beautiful. The palm trees and white sand glow in shades of orange and red, reflecting across the calm water. It's easy to see why celebrities and the wealthy love this place. But even for regular visitors, the Maldives is a perfect mix of relaxation, natural beauty, and ocean fun. 1. Northern Lights. Imagine a colorful light show dancing across the night sky. Seeing the northern lights is a special experience and one for the bucket list. This natural phenomenon happens when particles from the sun hit Earth's magnetic field, creating beautiful ribbons and swirls of green, pink, purple, and blue that light up the Arctic night. Great places to see the northern lights include Alaska, Iceland, Lapland in Finland, and Norway. In the wilderness, far from city lights, you can watch this show unfold against the dark sky. At first, you might see a faint green glow on the horizon, which quickly turns into bright shapes and colors. The lights move across the sky like they're alive, changing shape and color as they go. With the right camera settings, the lights appear even more vibrant, with bright greens and purples piercing the night. But even without a camera, just standing under the glow of the lights is a magical experience. It might be cold and you'll need to go somewhere dark, but it's worth it to witness nature's most dazzling show. Seeing the northern lights overhead is a humbling reminder of the beauty in our universe.